Come on in, you guys. Welcome to the show. This is the Arroyo Show. I'm Brandon Arroyo. If it's your first time here, please give it a thumbs up and a subscribe. What guess we have for you today from the horror film that has been haunting my nightmares for the last couple of nights. Please welcome NADIA, LAMIN. How are you, NADIA?
I am fabulous. How are you?
A little tired, so this movie has been creeping me out. Hosts is officially available online. Go ahead and check it out. So talk to me a little bit about this movie, because I know that it's got to be fun to be a part of a movie like this, even if the watch-back process is going to scare your eventual talk show host.
So Hosts is, like, for me, when I was, like, part of it, I had the best time ever on set, and having the reaction that it's had and everyone being like, oh my God, I am absolutely terrified. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm so sorry we did that to you. I mean, it's great that we did that to you, but I'm sorry, you know? And yeah, it's an amazing film. I love it. Everyone in it is amazing, and you should watch it.
When you first were able to see some of the playback, what were your initial thoughts on what you'd seen and how the product turned out?
It is incredible, the difference when you're on set and doing something and then watching it from other, like, perspectives. Because you're just doing your thing and I'm like completely focused and just trying to get whatever emotion that needs to be, put out there. And then when you're watching it as a viewer, I mean, I was just so overwhelmed and proud by the cinematographer and the directors, because they knew exactly what they wanted. And then watching it and trying to take myself out of it was a really awesome experience, for sure.
Host is available now. You can check it out on video on demand as well as on DVD. So NADIA, talk to me about this particular character and just getting into this film. What was your process like for this character, and what did you think of her?
Okay, so I play the character of Lauren, and she is the oldest daughter of the family who falls victim to the series of vicious attacks on Christmas Eve. I really loved playing Lauren because she was just a normal, average girl going home for Christmas, just before Christmas, going to see her family. She's got some, like, unresolved issues with her boyfriend and stuff like that. So, it's just very kind of level, like normal level headed. And the complete flip of what happens at the dinner table and then for the rest of the film, her world is completely turned upside down, and she has to step up. She doesn't want to face responsibility, but she has to do it. And playing with that was really interesting because, I mean, when I set myself a goal or a task, I do it, and I have to do it. That's how, like, my brain works. But with her, she kind of holds herself back a lot. So trying to find, like, the reasoning behind that and why someone can be like that was just interesting. And just playing the overall arc. I don't want to put spoilers out there about, like, is she a survivor, is she not? So
So in a movie like this, there's always a certain fan base that just loves the genre of horror movies. What's it been like for you to just get their type of reaction? Because I'm sure that you've heard from some horror movie buffs that just have seen. What has their reaction been like, and what's it like to just be a part of this genre?
So this isn't my first horror movie I've been part of. I've also been in 2 other horror films. And I mean, I don't know why I keep being put into horror films, but it's just an amazing genre because of the creativity that goes behind it. Now, of course, that's like every film, of course, there's a creativity that goes behind it, but you have to really think outside the box most of the time. And the fan base are incredible. The things that have been said about it, about other people's performances, like what that film meant to them. I mean, we did a podcast a couple of weeks ago, and the guy said that it is his top 3 favorite horror films. And I was like absolutely blown away that this film that we kind of set out to make, and they asked me to be part of it about 2/3 years ago, and then all of a sudden people are saying that. I'm really overwhelmed. I'm really thankful.
So when you have been involved in the various parts of the business like you have, from writing to producing, what does that do for giving you sort of a well-rounded appreciation of what's happening on set when you understand what the writer might be thinking or what a producer might be thinking, because you have had some, various experiences in the other parts of the business?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like it makes you a better performer in front of the camera. If you know how much work and what the other jobs are on set and pre-production, you know that when you're on set and ready to go, that you got to give it then and there, and there's no dilly-dallying, and how much people put in, like the set design, the costume design, the people who are running around with gaffers, and it's just like insane. It's a wonderful bonding experience as well, I feel like, when you're on a movie. I think I just got very fascinated by everyone else's jobs and what they had to do in order to make the final picture. Everyone kind of completely is in awe of all the actors, but as an actor, I am in awe of everyone who creates what you see at the end. So, yeah.
Very exciting. So it's something that I found with almost every actor is that it's been a passion for a very long time. What do you remember as being some of your earliest memories of wanting to be an actress and wanting to step in front of the camera? When did that begin to happen for you?
I would say, so I used to live in North Africa for the first part of my life, and I never thought that acting was like a thing until I came over to the UK, and my mum was like, "Oh my God, you have got so much energy. What do I do with you?" And she threw me into a drama club, and I think I was about 11 or 12 when I started to really fall in love with it, and it started to become an obsession, and I was watching every film that I could get my hands on. I trained in theatre, and it just kind of became like a rolling motion, or just from school to college, and then I got into drama school and studied there, where we predominantly did stage kind of acting training. And it's from then on, really. I think from 11 or 12, I was just like, I can't not do this, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. You almost, in this business, I think, have to have that mindset of you can't do anything else, because it is that difficult that if you have another option, most people would probably end up just taking whatever that other option is.
Right, exactly. Because so many, there's been a few people along my path where they've either been friends of my mum's or my friends' mothers, and they're like, "Oh, have you got a backup?" And I'm like, no, don't have a backup. I'm literally putting all my eggs into this basket, because like you said, if you have another option, you're gonna go for that option, aren't you? Because this is such an intense business where you don't know whether you're gonna succeed or make money or make a movie or be in anything. So that's part of the fun, though, isn't it?
That's part of the fun, for sure. All right, so other than being a very energetic kid, what was the next step for you? Where did you first begin your training? What was some of your memories from being in that process of learning how to be an actress?
So I would say I began my training at Stagecoach. The teachers there were incredibly professional, and they were working members of the industry themselves. And from then on, I kind of studied at a college where we did a national diploma in performing arts, which was, I would say, a mini drama school, where we were really trained well in audition prep and monologues and duologues and different types of acting technologies, to which I think definitely helped me get into East 15 Acting School, which is a drama school in London, east, very east. And from then on, we did this thing that I'll never forget. It was called Living History, where we had to, for 3 weeks, Monday to Friday, and I'm talking 8 a.m. to like 6 p.m., have to be in character. And we were given this living history scenario, which was like World War One. So I was a frontline nurse, and like we came into school, we got into our costumes, and then there was like this gong that went off, and then all of a sudden we were that character that we were given, and we would have to be that character all day. It was incredibly exhausting, but emotionally, like physically draining. And they were just like, the teachers were so funny. Oh my God, they would just completely come out with anything, and straight away you had to improvise off, like, you know, what they gave you. You had to do it. I think that's where improv became very, very important for me, and I learned a lot from that. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love hearing stories like that, because there's just so many different creative ways that teachers and instructors in schools have taught actresses to hone in on their skills, which is really exciting. So I love that. One last final question before we begin to wind things down. What do you remember as your first booking experience? Like, what was the first movie or anything that you just remember thinking, wow, I really put a lot of work into this role and I booked it? Do you remember which one kind of stands out to you early on?
I think from my first horror movie, which I went to the audition for, and I'd never met any of these people. So walking into a room with people that you like really don't know, because sometimes you know the casting directors after going in a few times for different parts and stuff. I remember I just thought, because, you know, sometimes you get the nose, and they can get quite, you know, they can get on top of you for sure. And I was like, Nadia, you're just gonna go in and just do it. I think I remembered like saying to myself, just do it, like that. And I like properly like put some clothes on that I felt like replicated the character who I was playing, which was like this wild hippie. And I went in and I gave my monologue, which they told me that I could choose any from film or TV, or stage. And I remember going, okay, you're gonna do Katniss Everdeen's speech in the Hunger Games. I was like, I don't know why I've chosen that, but I'm gonna do it. And I just went in and I did it, and the next day I booked it. And I really just walked out and I was like, I've done my job. That's it. Do not keep thinking about this over and over. Have I done a good job? Have I done have I got it? Have I not got it? Did I ruin it? La la la. So I just kind of went, no, don't think about it anymore now. That's it. It's settled. And then the next day my agent called and she was like, so you got it? And I was like, yes.
Those moments are always so huge to have, just because it's something to build on. When you can book the first one, then you can book the second one, you can book the third one, and clearly you booked them all the way to the movie Hosts, which is out now. Everybody go ahead and check it out. It's available on DVD and VOD right now. Playing the role of Lauren, Nadia, thank you so much for giving us some of your time today. If you were to give us that final elevator pitch to get people to go check out the film Hosts, why should they go watch the movie?
Okay, well, I would say that the reviews do all the talking. So, Brutal and Blood-Soaked by the New York Times, top 10 best horror films of 2020 by Harper's Bazaar, and maybe the best horror film of 2020, Another Millennial.
I think that says it all. Nadia, thank you so much. I appreciate you giving us some of your time today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.